So I was in the office with these young ones, and questions were being thrown up and down. I was giving them the answers in the best way I know. So I asked one, what do you want to become? He said he wants to become an engineer. The other one said, I want to be a doctor, blah, 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 blah. Then I said, okay, it's a noble idea. I already knew where I was going to. Then I said, in 5 years' time as an engineer, let us say, no riots and all the rest, you'll be given a certificate. A year after, you will be given another certificate. If you decide to maybe do current and all these professional these things, maybe in a year or two, you'll be given another certificate, at least something to say you are now a professional. I said, when these 3 certificates are given to you within now and the next 7 or 8 years, whether you did masters and all the rest, so what are you going to use it for? He said, I'll now go and work with one company. If they are engineering company, we're joining wire, and if it's any other this thing, we'll be working with machines and all the rest and all the rest. And I just laughed within myself because not to mock that one, because I needed to give light, and I gave them light that day. That look, it's not like that. Because a lot of people are being educated right now who have the mindset that they're going to go and work for somebody, and the society you are in does not have enough to give to everybody. And in most cases, when you decide that your life will be to work for somebody, it's not wrong, it's not bad if that's what you want. I'm talking of, you can take it much more than that. Because working for somebody, the ultimate you can be is to become a landlord in somebody else's destiny project. Abi? And when they are tired, they will remove you. Abi? And then put somebody else, because you cannot earn more than the person who owns the place. So you see, there's nothing wrong if you choose to work for somebody, but there is much more available to you. This is the problem we have with the kind of educational system we run. An educational system that have already oriented these young ones to think that education is all about you going to work for somebody else, which is actually what the colonialists brought to, let us say now, Nigeria, where we're educated to work for somebody. There's nothing wrong in working for somebody if that's what you choose to. But I'm trying to tell you something that will help you in the name of Jesus. If you go back to the educational system that we run traditionally, you will see that some of the problems we are facing today, we don't have it. You don't have unemployed people in the societies we grew up in. Why? Because the educational system we had that then does not ask you, so what do you want to study? The educational system we had then asked the right question. What do you want to do? Which problem do you want to solve? If you are born in the family of farmers, you already know you are going to be a farmer. You are not thinking of what will I study. You are not thinking of what will I become. What you are going to become now for no come. In the family you were born in, it tells you straight what you will become. If you are a family of fishermen, you already know you are going into fishing. You see, so from your youth, you are taught the practicality of what a fisherman is, what a boatman is, what a palm tapper is, what a blacksmith is, and these people manufactured things that helped the society as at that point in time. If for any reason you want to now become something else other than the family you belong in, which happens, then you are sent to a master person who is a master in that area of what you want to become. Because all the businesses and jobs in our traditional African society were all crafted to solve problems in the society. But the education we're having right now is not designed to solve the problems we have in society. It's designed to make somebody to go and work for another person. You understand? That's why if you go to our institutions that we have now, what are they doing? Like John Doe said, he said, if we teach today's students what we taught yesterday's students, we have robbed them of their tomorrow. Is that not what is happening now? If you go to the school, the syllabus is the same. What the lecturer taught 5 years ago is what he also taught now. You will now learn, you are learning under somebody who is regurgitating, whatever, what he taught people 6, 7 years ago. Now, what he talks to people 6, 7 years ago, how relevant is it in the life of AI that we are facing today? Because what you are teaching them 6, 7 years ago, somebody can just go to ChatGPT, ask that same question, he will even get better result than what you are teaching. Now, this person now is going to graduate from school. His mind is he's going to go and work for somebody. We have problems in the society that are not yet being solved. Okay, look at life the way it was before. If there is a problem with let us say a farm implement, there is somebody in the society who knows what to do with farm implements. But right now we have engineers who are taught by a professor or something, and I don't say that as an insult, who himself, let us say is a mechanical now, who himself cannot manufacture or cannot produce a car. He can give you the laws of physics that can help you make a car or make a plane and all the rest, but he himself has not produced a car before, so he cannot teach you how to produce it. And life is all about doing, not about saying. Education is all about you continue your education. So when you go to the traditional system, because I'm seeing everything together now, so you pick it as I'm doing. When you go to the traditional system, the master who teaches you how to do it. During that period, there is no examination malpractices like we have now. Why? Because if you are going to, let us say, manufacture a hoe, right as we speak right now, you will see how the man does and creates the hoe. You will see how he buys all the instruments he uses. So by the time you graduate, you know how he buys, you know how he sells, you know how he does stock keeping, you know how he produces everything we require. You will not do examination malpractice because they will tell you, okay, yeah, do your own. Even somebody say, let me help you will say, no, I want to do it by myself. But in the dating we have here now, you have what we call only head knowledge, you don't have practical knowledge. So you are coming out to think that you will work for somebody else. In the Igbo traditional system, which is still very good today, that produces many millionaires, what they do is set up an apprenticeship system. If you know, like, because the question you should be asking yourself is, what problem am I coming to solve, which the traditional system provides for you. So if you want to solve the problem of, say, the people are having problems with, let us say, I just want to give you an example, wigs. Let us just say that wigs, because it's a modern time now. Then you have to go sit down under an Igbo man who produces wigs. There are even people right now as we speak who produces these same wigs from plantain. I was astounded when I saw it. From plantain stem, they're producing wigs. So instead of going to school to go and study all the plenty things that you will know about how to produce wig, but you cannot know how to do it yourself to be able to solve the problem of wigs, what is going to happen is you will come out with a big certificate, but you cannot solve the problem in the society. But the traditional Igbo system will send you to somebody who is, let us just follow this example, who has plantain farms, who knows what to do with the stem, who knows how to bring wigs out of the plantain stem, who knows how to package, who knows how to market. So between 6 or 7 years, which is the same amount, let us say, for example, the same amount of years you will spend in university, both of you will graduate. This one who sat under a craftsmaster will now be, they will do freedom for him. They will set him up by settling him. He knows accounting of wigs. He knows storekeeping of wigs. He knows practical, how he knows where to buy his raw material. He knows how to, then he will now begin to improve on what his master taught him. This is the difference. That is why it's not that education is a scam, it's the type of education they are giving us. Had it been our own traditional education system was not tampered with, we were allowed to continue in it, we would have evolved from, if the man was just a blacksmith producing hoe, by now he would have become a blacksmith that is producing the engines that will make the hoe easier. But those things were cut off. We now go about, we now have plenty paper, plenty term paper, plenty project of how to do it. Success in life is not about people talking about how to do it. It's talking about who do it. Those who do it are the ones that are the success you see today. So there are so many things I've said, I've put them in various ways. So it is now for you. Like, I think it was the Sierra Leonean president that said something, one of the Sierra Leonean presidents, you can go and check Sierra Leone. He said, academics is what they teach you. Education is what you teach yourself. So I will say to you, if you are a graduate, which is what most graduates are doing, actually, kudos to them, is, okay, you have spent 6 years in studying a particular course. You now leave school. I've had story of mechanical, there's even a mechanic that works on one of my daughters, who, after he went to study his mechanical engineering in school, he now went to a mechanic workshop to go and learn how to do it, and then now he's now using his education to do it better than what the the people who learned the mechanic practically from. So you see, he has the paper, he goes back to learn it under the other people. Now he has a shop. When you get to those kind of shops, you already see his education, because you can use your education to make, I use this word, I cannot call people illiterate, because illiteracy is relative, but he's now using his present Western education to do better than what the man who did not got exposed to what he has, because now he knows the practical, he knows the principle. I wish we still have those days where we have craft schools, which was a little bit relevant to, close to our traditional system, where if you know that you love wood, you love carpentry, you love designing chairs, you love designing things with wood, you are like a Bezali, the son of Uri, who is skilled by nature, by creation, in all craftsmanship. What do? You go to a craft school, they give you practical, you do practical there, you learn that practical for about 3-4 years before you come out, to go and do whatever you need to do. Is that not how they were doing it? And when you graduate, you actually know how to do what you're supposed to do. But we throw all of these things away. I know of another electrical graduate who, while he was studying engineering, electrical engineering in school, was also apprenticeship, grammar.com, under another craftsman locally who was taking him out. You see, because there you learn by doing, but this one that you learn by they are teaching you the thing you are being taught as a computer scientist or a computer engineer. Some of the things you are talking about, you have not even seen them before. So by the time he graduated knowing the principles of it, and then educated himself more by apprenticing himself with this local person. It's doing fine today. So everything I'm trying to say to you is, stop saying education is a scam. It's the type of education you got. But you see, education is also all about you educating yourself. If the education you receive does not allow you to educate yourself more in the area you are in, there is a problem. So I don't know whether I'm making sense to you or not. I've said so many things in everything I've said, but you look at it very, very well. Let me summarize by closing with this summary for you. If you're a student, you're a young person watching this thing, ask yourself, what problem am I coming to solve in the society? What problem am I created to solve? What is burning in my heart that I can solve? Then you channel your education in the line of that thing you are coming to come and solve. And remember, let your education carry the ability to do, not ability to say. Then education will not be a scam. Any kind of education can become a scam if you are not solving problems. What will make money come to you is when you solve problems for people, they will pay you. Okay, can you imagine? You are a mechanical engineer, but when your car has problem, you will carry it to a local mechanic wire repairer. This mechanic did not go to a Western school, but he's very, very educated. He's actually a professor in that mechanical this thing he's doing, because he's going to strip your engine. You are a mechanical engineer. Yes, I know you can say this is piston, but you cannot strip an engine. You do not know what a piston is. You say you are an electrical engineer, you say you are this or that, but the local man can just bamboozle you there and you will still pay for it. Even your professor carries his car to them to go and repair. Those are the real professors. And I say that with all respect to anyone who has a PhD, this or that, or that. I'm not saying this to insult anybody. So if you're a young person watching this, please, whatever you are studying now, go and get the practicality for where you're supposed to get. You remember I told you about two people. One who studied electrical, and while he was studying electrical, he apprenticeship, I don't know which grammar say, you know what I'm saying about, to somebody who is taking him out. They will get house project, they will follow him for the house project. Oh yeah, wire from here, oh yeah, run cable to this side, oh yeah. So by the time he was through with this and he's through with this, bring the two together, you can imagine what kind of a standing person he is right now, and he will still be. Right? So God will give you wisdom. And what I'm talking about covers every kind of thing. You love catering. You've gone to school to study catering. Right? It's also okay. They will give you all the principles, but it is your duty to educate yourself. So when you are in school studying catering, go and look for one Iyalamala, one woman turning fufu that is selling it. Go and learn how she buys. Go and learn how she cooks. Go and learn how she prices the raw material she uses to make a fufu, or go and learn how she runs the business. By the time you learn that practicality of it, customer relations and everything, because you're going to meet a man of people, customer relations and everything, you will have enough practical wisdom to mix with what you learn with your whatever, and then you will become a better caterer for all of us. Then maybe you really want to help us solve the quarrel between Nigeria and Ghana on whose jollof rice is better, because you come up with a better recipe. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So God will help us. So it's the kind of education that you receive that is the problem. I want to stop here. God will bless you in the name of Jesus Christ. Glorified. I'll see you in my next video.